Okay, so the other thing we've got going on that's a big deal is the shocking NBA gambling bust, where these guys were working with the Gambino family and some of the New York families, mafia families in New York, in order to do this gambling thing. First of all, I didn't even know that the mafia was still a thing anymore. Honestly, that could be just ignorance on my part, but I didn't really think they were even a thing anymore. They can't really run their same shtick. They can't really run the city the way they used to. Too much stuff coming down on them. I didn't think so, but here it is. Let's take a look at it.
Right now, court appearances across the country for those indicted in a massive mob-linked sports betting ring. Current and former NBA stars, including Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups, among those charged. The feds say the operation stretched across 11 states and involved high-tech gambling and game rigging schemes. Correspondent Nate Foy has got the latest. He's live outside the Brooklyn Federal Courthouse. Wow, this is a big one, Nate.
Yeah, it certainly is rocking the sports world today, John. As you mentioned, court appearances are underway right now, including with members of the mafia and other New York-based defendants just across the street from where we are. Other court appearances set to happen soon across the country. There are two indictments at play here. One is about an illegal rigged poker scheme that involves two former NBA coaches and players. The other involves a current active NBA player accused of altering his performance during a game as part of a sports gambling scheme. That player is Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier. He was arrested in Orlando early this morning after his team played the Magic last night. He did not play in the game. He's scheduled to appear in federal court in about 20 minutes. Rozier's accused of purposely leaving a game with a phantom injury so that he and his co-conspirators, including his childhood friend, could make tens of thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, NBA Hall of Famer and current Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups was also arrested in Portland this morning for the rigged poker scheme. Now, Billups is scheduled to appear in federal court at 4:30 Eastern time. He's accused of working with the mafia to defraud victims who thought they were playing fair poker games that were anything but. One person lost $1.8 million in a single game.
Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor.
So
Now,
John,
this,
take a look at this. Here
this was
is
crazy.
one of those shuffling machines. Prosecutors say they read the cards, predicted which player had the best hand, and then relayed that information to a so-called quarterback who would then use signals to communicate with Billups and others during the games. Prosecutors say the defendants also used X-ray tables to secretly view each player's cards. The NBA put out a statement that reads in part, quote, Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups are being placed on immediate leave from their teams, and we will continue to cooperate with the relevant authorities. Now, former NBA player and coach Damon Jones is listed in both indictments. So he's accused of partaking in the rigged poker games and selling insider information to profit off bets on NBA games. Now, the allegations involve several NBA teams, and not every single person is named in the indictment, but one game that is in question was a 2023 Portland Trailblazers game where there were a lot of bets placed on it, and the Trailblazers sat four of their starters in that game. Now, during that time, Billups was the head coach of the Trailblazers, but he's not facing any charges related to that game. This is an ongoing investigation, and it's part of the same investigation that resulted in a lifetime ban for former Toronto Raptors player Jontay Porter, who admitted to altering his performances during games so that people, including himself, could profit off of these prop bets. We'll send it back to you, John.
So, I mean, it's interesting to see the mafia joining us all in the 22nd century, right? Are we in the 21st or the 22nd? I'm going to say the 22nd. They've got X-ray machines, for the cards. They've got a card machine that lets them know what player ended up with the best hand. I mean, kudos to them for catching up with the technology, I guess. And so you got all these guys changing how the game is playing in real time, so it benefits the people that are betting on it. And it just goes to show with everyone that's kind of crapped on, because you say, guys, this game's rigged. It's this team won on purpose. They wanted this team to win. The refs or the umps or whatever, whatever was on the court, on the field, whatever game, because I'm going to get to the NFL as well, where they ran into an issue too that probably won't be surprising. But, with all these games being rigged, you have to ask yourself when you see stuff like this, is anything that you're seeing really organic? Are you really getting the true professional experience from any of these games? Or are they all being set up by these elites in the background to have these games kind of go the way that they want? Let's look at all the wins for the Kansas City Chiefs. How long is it, for years now, have people been saying the refs are paid out, they're on Kansas City's side. This is the reason Kansas City keeps winning. And now there was I want to get the right story. No, that's the illegal trucker. Okay, so I had found the story. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it again, where refs in Kansas City were allegedly found were caught in a bribery scheme regarding the game. Now, the talking has come out so much that the NFL referees have been forced to respond to Kansas City Chiefs conspiracy theories about bias. The referees union and the commissioner says it's ridiculous to think referees are out to tilt any game in favor of one side or the other. It's ridiculous. Guys, you silly guys. We're not rigging it, even though there's betting stuff going on and they're rigging NBA games. Not here in the NFL, though. We're straight edge. The labor union representing NFL referees on Tuesday blasted conspiracy theories that officials have been tilting games in favor of the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Baseless allegations that referees are in the bag for Kansas City have been running rampant for years, to the point where NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, which is a fucking shitbag, had to address it this week as the Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles prep for Sunday's Super Bowl. Commissioner Goodell's comments that it is ridiculous. I mean, if you have to keep saying it's ridiculous, it's baseless, it's conspiracy, if you have to keep saying that, it's because you're absolutely doing all of this shit. If you have to keep using these fucking words every other sentence, you are doing everything you're being accused of. It's ridiculous to presume the NFL officials are not doing everything possible to make the right call on every play is spot on. NFL Referees Association Executive Director Scott Green said in a statement. Officiating crews do not work the same team more than twice each regular season. It is insulting and preposterous to hear conspiracy theories that somehow 17 officiating crews consisting of 138 officials are colluding to assist one team. The union pointed out that its members are graded every week on every single play of each game, and that grades are the determining factor as to who receives post-season assignments. Yeah, there's no way that there's that people are in the inside are finding a way to get better grades and finding a way to get themselves in the right game at the right time. Because it's impossible. Their system is foolproof, guys. There's no way to break the system. There are many things that fans can worry about over a 17-game season, such as coaching decisions, player injuries, and weather, and yes, even close calls on incredible plays made by incredible athletes who are all betting behind the scenes on the game. But you can rest assured that on every single down, NFL officials, both on the field and in the replay booth, are doing everything humanly possible to officiate every play correctly. Yeah, right. The union's 234-word statement made zero references to the Chiefs or Kansas City. Convenient. But the context of his bulletin couldn't have been clearer. With keyboard warriors and meme artists constantly spreading baseless referee Chiefs conspiracy theories, even though yellow flags have been falling in Kansas City favor for years. Awfully convenient, isn't it? Since Patrick Mahomes took over as starting quarterback in the fall of 2018 and has led Kansas City to a remarkable 17-3 playoff run with 3 Super Bowl wins. And in those 20 postseason games, Kansas City has been assessed more penalty yards than the opposing team just 3 times. The penalty tilt has been particularly sharp in the past 12 Kansas City postseason contests as Chiefs opponents have been hit by more yellow flags 11 times with 1 tie. Kansas City opponents have taken more penalty yards in 11 of those dozen games. The Chiefs referees issue led to a high-level comedy this week when former Boston radio show host Rick Schertenlieb trolled both Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce about the alleged favoritism. So you guys let me know what you think. I mean, you're getting proof. I unfortunately can't find the story of the refs, the NFL refs being caught in bribery in Kansas City. It's very odd that I haven't been able to look it back up again. But you have that. You have the gambling. So the players, the one guy that they were mentioning here, said, I'm going to go out in the game, and in the second half or whatever, first half, and this is the time I'm going to go out. I'm going to be benched. I'm going to claim I've got an injury. So bet that I come out of the game, and that the situation changes on court. So they do that, and they're making money. There's an allegation too that LeBron James is being mentioned in. Not necessarily that he might have also been actively participating in it, but the people had insider information about what he was doing. So the coach was aware that LeBron was going to be benched during a game because he was dealing with an existing injury. So he used that information either for himself or to pass it on to other people. That obviously the layout of the game was going to play differently because LeBron was going to be out, and so it's, when you're changing up the game so it works for how you and your team is betting, you're not getting an organic experience for any of these games. And if any of that is true with the NFL, you're not getting an organic experience with the NFL as well. And it's like, do we really live in a matrix? Like, is any of this shit real? You're seeing these games. Are they organically being played, or you might as well be watching a reality TV show where the game's allowed to play out, but they micromanage things within it so that it goes one way or another, and it goes the way they want it to go. But to everybody else that's sitting at home watching it, you're going, oh, wow, that was a crazy situation, but, that's football for you, and you're not really the wiser while they're managing all this stuff in the background. So it's one more thing to think about. If they're not real, what's the fucking point of watching this shit? I mean, you can watch wrestling and get the same outcome. They've already decided who's going to win. They've already decided basically how everything's going to go. So you watch it for the entertainment value, but so you're going to do the same thing with the games. They're all rigged. All people are making decisions behind the scenes, so it works out for them, and you're just watching it for entertainment because you're not really getting the full professional, legit experience. It makes you wonder how much of this betting and micromanaging and stuff is running through all of these team sports. Is it just some bad apples here and there, like what these stories are talking about, or is it running rampant through all of it, and basically none of it that we're seeing is organic? You guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you even bother watching basketball or football anymore? I don't give a fuck. Ever since they went woke, I stopped giving a shit. Putting the stupid sayings on their helmets in the end zones, and basketball was doing the same thing. Black Lives Matter on their jerseys and shit. I couldn't take any of that crap anymore. I stopped watching it a couple of years ago. But you guys let me know what you think, and I got more updates coming up. Thanks, everyone.